It's January the 23rd, is it already? It's the Comedeorological
Yes,
report.
and today is the first sunrise up in Bear, Alaska since November 19th.
The first sunrise up in Bear, Alaska. That's Frankie McDonald. I'm Joey Only, and this is the Comedeorological report. Let's roll the washboard, Hank.
Well, whether it's hot, whether it's cold, whether it's hot, Frankie's got the weather we got. Wait a minute. Well, whether it's cold, whether it's hot, Frankie's got the weather or not.
Welcome to the Comedeorological Report Comedy Meteorology Podcast. I'm Joey Only up here in Wells, BC. That's right. It's your show about how much the weather sucks. You're hearing us on C for 88.7 FM, CKUW 95.9, and CFBX 925. You're hearing us on Rogers Television. Watching us on Rogers Television. I got a full cast of people here on the panel tonight. Of course, we got Frankie McDonald, the world's greatest weatherman out in Sydney, Nova Scotia. Everyone knows Frankie. He's got 300,000 subscribers on YouTube. He's a very famous guy, and he is my favorite, of course. We got Brandon Hauk, who's a co-host and radio weatherman out there in Brooks, Alberta, with all your weird, funny, bad jokes and weather updates from the prairies. We got our producer Imogen the Alien coming on tonight. Good to have Imogen Cookie Bailey back. We got meteorologist Mark Ingalls with us, Mike McGregor from Weather Center Manitoba, Karen Richards, Hilding Donaldson. What a full posse we got on the show once again, everybody, and I am totally stoked. Well, as per usual, we like to start the show off with the man himself.
Frankie!
Can you yodel for us?
Who has the worst weather in the world, Frankie?
Ladies and gentlemen, Frankie!
How you doing so far, Frankie McDonald?
I'm doing great so far. The worst weather in the world is up in UK, bringing so much high winds and rain it's going to knock out power all across the United Kingdom.
Looks like a real bad one, Frank. You could see wind gusts over 200 kilometers an hour.
In England,
Yeah, in Ireland.
in Belfast, Ireland, and in northern Scotland, Ireland, wind-driven rain, sideways rain, big waves crashing on beaches, shores in England. It's going to affect Norway and all those places. Same storm that brought a lot of snow in Florida, in Louisiana, in Houston, Texas, where Trey used to live. Now Trey lives in Austin, Texas. Trey's stand-up comedy didn't get canceled.
Yeah, that's the same storm. That storm in Texas is because of an Arctic outbreak. That was because of a big blizzard that came through Canada last week, right, Frankie?
And the weather all across Nova Scotia. It's light snow right now in Nova Scotia right now. It's going to bring light snow in Sydney, Nova Scotia, surrounding areas. It's in light snow to light flurries. And did you hear about this? It's going to bring really cold air in Ontario, Boston, New York, and all those places. It's going to warm up a little bit in Florida. It's really cold in Florida. It's going to get more cold weather in northern Florida, again, in Louisiana and all those places. Louisiana's going to warm up a little bit after a snow event. It's going to bring lots of rain next week in Louisiana, in Houston, Texas, and Austin, Texas. Then it's going to bring some little bit of warm weather in northern Florida as well this weekend. Weather all across Vancouver, British Columbia, and all those places. They're going to bring lots of rain. Los Angeles, California on Sunday, where Santa Ana winds are going to bring lots of rain. And Santa Ana wind zone in Los Angeles on Sunday.
They might actually get a little bit of rain there. I saw that.
And the really cold temperatures heading for Los Angeles. We got snow in the mountains where Santa Ana winds hit.
Hopefully that's some good news for them. Looks like the fire got a little bit of control on it today. It looked like, Frankie, the new
Then they
one.
got the real cold weather in Los Angeles and San Diego and California as well. The next week, there's another source system in the Hudson Bay, Ontario, Canada. That's going to bring another Arctic air all across eastern United States as well, like northern New York and all those places as well, and New Brunswick and Quebec and Ontario as well, and even Vancouver, British Columbia. They get lots of snow, and they got flurries in Vancouver and Seattle, Portland as well. And then they got another Arctic outbreak in Timmins, Ontario, and all those places where Jamie Kinsey Clump podcast is at in Timmins, Ontario. There's a chance that Jamie Clump's going to interview me on Wednesday, January 29th.
Well, yeah, say hi to Jamie. Hopefully I can make it on there. I love Kinsey Clump. That's a great podcast. Those are great human beings. Timmins, Ontario, friends.
Yes, and that means Phoenix, Arizona is going to remain mild, and lots of rain and cold temperatures and snow in Los Angeles this Sunday, where Santa Ana winds hit earlier It's going to bring really cold temperatures in Utah, Colorado, Idaho. It's going to warm up in those places. And Santa Ana winds are going to come back in California late next week as well. The Santa Ana winds is going to transform over to cold weather. There, it's going to bring some really cold weather in Hudson Bay. Then they got Chinook winds in Calgary. Then they got
What
hot
else?
weather in Mexico, Guatemala, Costa Rica. It's lots of rain, thunderstorms in Honduras, El Salvador, and all those places in Nicaragua. In Panama, lots of rain, thunderstorms going on right now. Weather for South America, lots of rain, thunderstorms in Venezuela right now, Colombia, parts of Bolivia, parts of Ecuador, and Amazon rainforest in Brazil and Venezuela. In northern Argentina, lots of thunderstorms and rain in northern Argentina right now as well. A lot of rain and thunderstorms in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil right now. It's really dry up in northern Chile. Lots of rain in southern Chile right now. Southern Chile as well. Weather all across Europe. There's a powerful windstorm heading towards Ireland, Wales, Scotland, and in England with a lot of rain and wind and snow up in the mountains of Scotland as well. Then they got some powerful storm heading towards southern Norway. Then they got some rain in the forecast in France, Spain, the cold temperatures in Portugal, and lots of warm air in Morocco, Algeria, Libya right now. Lots of rain going on in Croatia, including Bosnia and all those places. It's dry in southern Italy right now. It's a little bit wet in northern Italy. In Albania, Greece they got some rain in the forecast this Saturday coming. Then they got some cold air in eastern Turkey and warmer air in western Turkey as well. Then the cold air is heading for Syria as well. And the weather all across the Middle East and like cold air in Syria and all those places and parts of Iran and Afghanistan and those places right now, Middle East. And weather in China right now is lots of cold air in China, South Korea, North Korea, Latvia, South Russia. It's cold air in Tokyo, Japan right now. Snow up in Sapporo, Japan. It was really cold in Sapporo, Japan. Then they got some cold weather in northern China, Mongolia. It's extremely cold in Siberia right now. They got some thunderstorms and rain. They got some rain forecast in Taiwan. A lot of thunderstorms and rain in Indonesia, Papua New Guinea right now, parts of Philippines, Malaysia, and Singapore right now, in Thailand, in Vietnam and Laos. In Thailand, it's really dry right now. In eastern Vietnam and eastern Laos, it's a chance of showers and thunderstorms in the forecast. In Bangladesh and Myanmar is in the dry season right now. It's really dry right now. Sri Lanka is in the dry season, but a little bit of showers in the forecast. India is really dry right now. Once another couple of months away, their summer starts in India in April. Then it got possible on as well. Then it got a cyclones. Then the weather, lots of dry weather in Nigeria and Ghana right now. In Egypt, lots of dry weather in northern Africa, like a little bit of showers and forecast in Nigeria and Ghana right now. And there, because there's dry season there right now, lots of rain, thunderstorms in Angola right now, including Mozambique, Madagascar, La Reunion, and Mauritius Islands right now, Zimbabwe, Zambia, and Tanzania in Africa. And South Africa is extremely hot there right now in South Africa, including Cape Town, where the showers and the thunderstorms in the forecast next week, same as Johannesburg, South Africa. And down Australia right now in the Southern Hemisphere summer, it's really hot there right now in Perth, Australia right now. It's really hot there right now. Then they got some really dry weather after lots of thunderstorms and hail and rain in eastern Australia. In Brisbane, Australia, Queensland, Australia, Sydney, Melbourne, and Victoria, it's dry there right now. Lots of rain and thunderstorms going on in northern Australia right now. Then they got some rain in the forecast in Auckland, New Zealand, and Gisborne, New Zealand, Hamilton, New Zealand, New Plymouth, New Zealand, Wellington, New Zealand. Got cold air in Invercargill, New Zealand in summertime. In Queenstown, New Zealand, Dunedin, New Zealand, Christchurch, New Zealand, got warm air and cold air fighting each other. It's cold that time of year in southern New Zealand as well. Then it got to next week, it's going to be lots of showers and rain and heavy rain in north coast of South Island, New Zealand as well. Down Antarctica, it's still 24-hour daylight there right now. They'll be starting to get darkness in Antarctica sometime next month, including South Pole Station. They'll be starting to get darkness in McMurdo Station, Antarctica next month. They started to get daylight. The first sunrise up in Barrow, Alaska on January 23rd, that's today. First time since November 19, 2024.
That is an excellent, excellent world weather report, Frankie McDonald. Does anybody on the panel have a question they would like to ask Frankie McDonald while they have a
Yeah.
chance? Anything about weather, your life, or anything? Meteorologist Mark Ingalls, I can tell you're chomping at the bit.
Yes, I'm ready. Frankie, what kind of food should people eat in Ireland while they are having the storm?
They eat hamburgers and things like this and pizzas. They get their own pizza shops in Belfast, Ireland, and Dublin, Ireland, and surrounding areas.
Order your hamburgers, order your pizzas, everybody in Ireland. Yeah. Oh,
They
Frankie.
got their own pizza shops up there. They got their own restaurants up there. They got their own hamburgers. They got their own steaks up there and things like this. They got their own kind of restaurants just like we do in Ireland.
Green pizza. Love it.
And it's going to get a powerful storm in Ireland on Friday. I got lots of videos. I sent it to you. England, California, rainstorm, things like this.
Yeah, we got 146-kilometer-hour winds we are just seeing there, Frankie. 12-meter high waves. Mike McGregor.
Then they get the fire season starting up in Los Angeles, and then they get the fire season in British Columbia this summer coming. Yeah.
Frankie, what is your favorite winter drink when it's super cold out? What do you like drinking when it's like below like
Green tea,
freezing?
white tea, red tea.
Zero sugar for Frankie. Brandon, how are you doing this evening out there in Brooks, Alberta?
The Brandon Houck Report.
Oh, hi. This is the Brandon Houck Report.
Brought to you by
Smoking good barbecue.
Oh, Brandon Houck's doing smoking good. There we go. That's how we do it. Oh, my internet connection went unstable there. Whoops. That was a little too powerful, I guess.
Yeah, I had like my face
So-
frozen for a while. It was like you were so powerful, you froze my face.
That's the power of the smoking good barbecue. It freezes everything. It touches, you know.
And guess
Okay.
what? Tomorrow night I'll be on Base Guy Show.
Oh, yes. Should be good. Anyways, talking about the weather story this week. Well, I know British Columbia, they want all cold Arctic air mass, but they didn't get it last weekend. Alberta, points to the east, they got the brutal cold air mass. Last weekend, early this week, we dropped to minus 30 here. The wind chill felt like minus 38. It was refreshing outside, I tell you. Absolutely. Nostrils freezing and eyeballs freezing, you know, that kind of weather. And even colder in like areas like Regina. They had to, they had overnight lows drop to minus 35. Wind chill felt like minus 49 earlier this week. So brutal cold across the prairies. And Manitoba also got that brutal cold air mass earlier this week. And that whole air mass, well, it took a trip to Eastern Canada, Ontario, Quebec got into the cold air, the Maritimes as well, and across the United States all the way down to the Gulf Coast, where it met up with this system sprawling out of Texas there and produced quite a winter storm scenario across Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, and Florida, Pensacola, Florida. Some areas got record-breaking snowfall. I saw some totals over 20 centimeters of snow, and people are having snowball fights in New Orleans this week. So, as I say, quite a weather scenario this week. And now the same storm system has now pretty much scooted its way across the Atlantic Ocean into Ireland, and they're dealing with winds now gusting over 160 kilometers an hour just offshore, seeing winds potentially gusting up 200 kilometers an hour. And the same system is going to be impacting the UK through Wales, Scotland, and right through the Irish Sea there. It's going to be, it's going to be a rough ride for them in the next 12 to 24 hours. And also, we're watching another scenario. We've had a blizzard ongoing in Claude River up in Nunavut for the last 48 hours. That's right, 48 hours in a blizzard. And they're finally seeing that blizzard wind down. And then they're going to get another blizzard on Saturday. So Claude River Nunavut definitely has the worst weather for the whole week here across Canada. And we're also watching another blizzard expected to develop tonight into tomorrow, which is the 24th of January. And that will be for areas around, let's say, Baker Lake, the Kivalak, Rankin Inlet, Arviat areas in for a blizzard for the next 24 hours as well. And then we've got blizzard conditions likely up in the Dempster Highway and the Old Crow. We're also watching an atmospheric river extend into Alaska in the days ahead here. So for our weather, back here in the province of Alberta, we've got this cold front swiping its way through today, and we're seeing some convective flurries and snow squalls developing once again. Today was quite warm. We had Calgary, the hot spot in the province today at 6 degrees, and then at 3 o'clock, the front went through and the temperature dropped 5 degrees this afternoon, and we still got some convective kind of flurries, and even there's just a wee bit of instability. There might even be a lightning bolt this evening, but the chances of that's going to be quite low, so I don't think that's going to be much of a concern for us through the overnight hours of tonight. But as we go into tomorrow, we're going to see this system, this little clipper system that's going to be moving its way across the southern prairies with some snow, a little bit of blowing snow with the winds gusting about, say, 50 to 60 kilometers an hour. So it's going to be, quite a doozy of a little clipper system for Friday. And then after that, high pressure takes over for the weekend. We'll see our temperatures start to rise into next week. And looks like we'll see a bit of a return to some above average temperatures there. So very, very nice stuff. Now, here we are. So a couple of stories that I found this week. And here we go. So this one story, I have to say, this one is pretty impressive. So some people from Sweden here. Well, they actually broke a world record this week for the longest table tennis match. That's right, the longest one. How long was this table tennis match? It went for 13 hours and 37 minutes. That is a long time for a table tennis match. So that just shows that there's pretty much nothing to do in Sweden, apparently, with that.
Was it one match? Like they just couldn't score on each other? They just went back and forth for. Or was it many matches counted as one match, which would not be as impressive?
I think it's one match. Totally, I do.
What were they playing to? What was the score they were aiming for? Was it like 100,000 points or what? If you're going to play for that long, you are not just playing to 10.
100,000 points.
I am Richard House Sweater in British Columbia.
100,000.
Hi, Frankie. It's awesome. It's clear, crisp, and cold. It's like being on a frozen sink sponge. Everything's wet and soggy, but cold. Light layer of frost right now. That's winter.
That means that tomorrow night I'll be on Base Guy Show at 10:50 p.m. Eastern, 11:50 p.m. Atlantic, 7:50 p.m. Pacific.
That is exactly what that means. Frost on the ground here means that Frankie will be on Base Guy's show tomorrow.
That is awesome.
We have our own version of Groundhog Day, and it's all about Frankie routines.
That means that did you hear about this? The sun has risen up above the Arctic Circle already.
So
we were hearing that.
So here's how these things are linked. When we get frost on the ground here, it means Frankie's going to be on Base Guy's show. And when he goes on Base Guy's show, it means that the sun's going to be above the Arctic Circle. They're all connected.
It took a long time for sunlight to return up there.
It's because of HARP.
I think so.
Oh, boy.
Yeah,
that means that once again around March 20th, there'll be 12-hour daylight, 12-hour darkness all over the world.
Yeah, there will. Can't wait.
Well, maybe one day we'll get some Arctic air in BC now. That'll be nice, wouldn't it? So by the way, if your house is cold, just stand in the corner. It's always 90 degrees there. That's one thing I've learned.
You suck.
And also
assumes they built it right.
That's funny.
You suck, Brandon. Oh, Brandon, really? You did that one. Why?
I knew it was coming.
I know. The rest of the guys, everybody else hasn't seen that one yet. But
there's another one.
There's one. Why did the guy stop using his loyalty club card to scrape ice from his windshield? Do you want to know why? Okay. He only got 10% off. All right. And that would be a Brandon Houck report right there.
Oh, boy.
Success is wild by default of how much failure we are all surrounded by. Enough to have it register as meat rain.
Imogen Cookie Bailey, tell us about the news of the show in the world and your life and all that and all the good things down there in Victoria, BC.
Well, that's a sentence fragment if I ever heard one.
I'm discombobulated.
It's wet and cold here. That's about it. I'm still waiting for the okay to talk about the major TV show I was on a little while ago, because thanks to a non-disclosure agreement, I can't say anything other than I was on a major TV show. But while I was out of town doing that, I did hop in a helicopter and buzz over Niagara Falls. So that was super cool. Not sure when it airs, but it's going to be airing sometime in the spring. And then I can say, here's all the backstage photos and behind the scenes photos and all that stuff. So that's a whole lot of nothing. It's cold and wet here, and immediately after here, I'm heading out to a photo shoot, and that's going to be for another magazine thing, but that's just run-of-the-mill, tedious stuff. So what do you want from me?
I think the next season of Andor, Star Wars Andor, comes out this spring. So I'm just going to, in my mind, pretend it's that, because that would be so friggin' cool. Imogen Cookie Bailey, co-producer of the show. Now let's go and take a look at, I know Mark wants to go to bed.
I just got the fat check for pushing that.
My name, Mark Ingalls.
Pushing that agenda. It says here, HARP, climate change, whatever, in my bank account.
Meteorologist Mark, what do you got?
Hello, good evening. I am very glad that the snowstorm happened this week in New Orleans and not last week, because I am very happy to live in the only Canadian city where it doesn't snow. Yeah, they got 20 centimeters of snow in New Orleans. Last I saw earlier today, all of the freeways going in and out of the city are still closed because they don't have snow plows down there, right? So the northern Louisiana did get some in from Arkansas. But I think on a lot of these roads, a lot of the freeways, I-10, I-55, are elevated because it's all swampy, right? So they're really long bridges, and it's going to take a while to melt. And I think they're just waiting for it to melt.
Well, that's what I was saying on one of my shows. It's like, they're actually, there's less chaos there because they're just like, wow, this never happens. How enjoyable. Whereas if it was like a foot of snow going in Canada, we'd be like, well, the boss expects us to be on time, and we'd force our way through it and have 100-car pileups like in Manitoba.
Yeah. So I think Louisiana's got it right. I heard from a friend of mine in Houston who he's been working from home all week because of it, and yeah, that was quite the event. I think Dominion Energy, which is the utility that covers most of the people in Virginia and a portion of North Carolina too, may have beat their all-time record for energy load, meaning that they were serving more energy than ever before. And I haven't confirmed that yet, but that's pretty strongly, we believe that. So I'll probably look into that tomorrow at work if I can figure out Python and how to do all that stuff. So yeah, the weather is going to calm down a bit in the east, but the polar vortex is going to be disrupted again here next week. We're going to see it tilt kind of towards Greenland. That looks like it's going to open up. So the polar vortex is up 30 kilometers high, and that looks like it's going to open up conditions to adjust the jet stream, which is about 18,000 feet, so like 5 kilometers high. Mess with the jet stream to pull in very cold air from Siberia into Alaska and Yukon. And then it looks like it's going to park in Yukon to begin next month. And the big question mark is, are we going to pull that down into BC and the Pacific Northwest, or are we going to send that off towards Brandon Houck again? So
off to Brandon again.
So we'll see how that goes. I mean, of course, as I've said, I'm happy to not have any
Then they
snow,
got a whole lot of rain. Los Angeles on Sunday, where Santa Ana winds was earlier this month.
15 mils is a lot for them.
The rain in Los Angeles this weekend, that's going to be a big problem on those recent burn scars that are right in town, right? So when rain falls on these burn scars, it causes flash flooding and debris flows. And the big problem with that is, of course, wherever it happens, but we've got this completely adjacent and inside very urbanized regions. The Los Angeles basin has more people than British Columbia several times over. Not that everyone is at risk, but I think that this is going to be a significant threat this weekend. So those are the main stories that are going on. Polar vortex changing. We'll see what that does next month. But I think we're looking either way, whether that cold air gets into BC or not. I think we're looking pretty good at returning to an active weather pattern here, at least in the lower mainland. Probably also where Imogen's at, though she's in the rain shadow a little bit. And I think Joey will get a little bit of that too. So I have a question for Brandon Hauk.
Oh boy.
Okay. Do you know the difference between a captain chair and a toilet?
It's the throne.
His internet's so slow we can't.
Wow, this
understand
is
what
going
he's trying
very
to say.
poorly. Okay, I
Yes.
will. Okay, Brandon
Oh,
Hauk, you're
pick
done.
anybody else.
Get better
because
internet.
it's the throne.
No.
No clue.
All right, no clue, Hank. That means you're the one. You did it.
Extremely cold out here. Wind chill is nearly minus 40 and will be beyond minus 40 overnight.
Hank Fleistra.
And I'm out for a walk anyway.
You was very cold there in Sask last weekend, I seen.
I'm overdressed. I'm not cold.
Last weekend, I said.
It's surprisingly warm out here, but it's also windy in western Saskatchewan here. But, I mean, it's not above zero, but it must be quite close to that. Must be quite close to the freezing mark. Brandon, I don't know if we're going to get much of that clipper here where I am. Feels like it might be going south of me. But
Yeah, it looks like.
I'm glad for warmer temperatures than we had last weekend. Was nasty.
Well, this video I got of you here that I'm going to splice in the final cut has you out there, and then you're saying it's minus 40 wind chill coming on in the evening.
Yeah, we had some wind chills that dipped below minus 40 more than once on the weekend there. And but the good news is the last time I looked at the forecast, we're looking at temperatures that are better than that are not extreme cold for like the next 2 weeks running here, which is really lucky, really fortunate to have right in the middle of the coldest part of winter historically. So we'll have decent temperatures, not warm, but decent for the next couple of weeks.
Well, I think February it's going to get friggin' cold again by what I was seeing in the models today. Look out, Hank. Look out. It's coming back.
When in February? What part of February?
The beginning. You'll see. It's coming. It's coming. Mark was alluding to it in the polar vortex spiel there.
Yeah.
Calves will never be delicate and friendly, even though
It's been icy in Grassy Plains, British Columbia, and that's why Hilding's axle fell off his truck. And because his axle fell off his truck, he went and got a loaner vehicle and then got some firewood help last week, Thursday. And we should have had you talking about this on the show last week, Thursday, Hilding. What's happened to your loaner vehicle?
Whoops! I went sliding down the hill.
Very nice. I like that.
Oh yeah. No, I was in town the other day, and my trusty Bronco, I call it Buster Brown. He decided to bust an axle right in the middle of the parking lot at the parts supply store. So I had him towed across the street to the repair shop, and we hunted and hunted. We couldn't find parts for it anywhere. I went and I spent 2 days looking for parts. Finally, I found some parts down at Vanderhoof. I borrowed the neighbor's pickup and went down to get parts in Vanderhoof. So I was using a loaner car that was from the repair shop in town. And then the neighbors called up and he said, I'm moving my processor and I can make you a load of firewood this week. So I went and got everything ready for him So he came into the yard with a big trailer and a truck and a load of firewood, and he went to back it into my firewood spot, and he spun out with the truck. And I said, well, just a minute, I'll get the tractor to pull you. And as I was talking to him, he was sitting there with his brakes on, and suddenly the whole truck and load of wood and everything just went sliding across the yard about 10 feet right into the back end of the loaner car and smashed out the taillights. Thankfully, it didn't bend the tin work at all, just the taillight. So, that was kind of interesting. But I now think I'll have enough firewood to last me and the rest of the winter, at least if it keeps being as warm as it has been.
And it has been quite warm. It has been quite warm. There is a threat of cold air. February, there's a threat. And I've seen it. But I believe that we are going to see a Pacific pounding reestablish itself. I really believe that.
Well,
Okay.
I'm hoping that we get some snow. Because right now, the snow is so crusty and hard, it's hard for the cattle to eat snow, to get enough moisture. But yet the cows don't want to go over to the water trough. It's too far to walk over there. And our water trough is all frozen anyway. We'd have to spend a couple days thawing it out. And so we're really relying on them eating snow right now. And suddenly the snow is so hard and crusty. It's just, that's the worst problem we're having this winter with the cows. Other than that, it's nice that it's warm. We don't have to feed them quite as much, which is good because the last 2 years have been such drought. We haven't had enough hay. So, pros and cons.
Yeah, there you go. And over in Prince George, Karen, how about you? How's your week been? A little bit of snow for you last night?
A little bit of snow last night, couple inches. But then it totally warmed up today. 3 degrees. It's melting like crazy. I'm gonna try to get out in the bush this weekend, take some pictures of how little snowpack we have.
It's pretty bad, is it?
It is. It is bad.
All right, well, yeah, I agree. BC River Forecast Center has some new data coming out, and I think it's going to reflect what I've been saying on my channel this last bunch of days, that we are well below where we should be in BC. Maybe it looked favorable on January 1st, but we haven't had the snow since really at all in the province. A lot of places have none whatsoever. And meanwhile, over in the prairies, they have an abundance of super coal. We're going to talk to Mike in a second, but here's a video Justin made last week, and I think everybody needs to look at and laugh about a little bit.
Comedeorological report. This is Justin Ortel reporting from Brandon, Manitoba. Look at this, you guys. Man, this is gnarly. Do not dry your clothes outside when it is minus 45 wind chill. Yeah, it's not going to end well.
Do not dry your
Guess I'm
clothes
not wearing
outside.
these today.
And for the radio listeners, that's the pants. That's the shirt.
Hey, Joey and the guys on the Comedy Meteorology Show. Look at this awesome, crazy sundogs right now in Brandon, Manitoba on this January 18th. If you go further up, you can even see we have an arc way up in the sky above the main bulk of the sundogs. It's windy, it's cold, it's brutal out here, but makes it all worth it when you got views like this.
Mike, how cold was it for you in Winnipeg this last weekend?
Well, I really wasn't looking much at the temperatures. However, based on what I've experienced the last 4 to 5 years, that was the coldest that I have ever seen. So we were in a deep freeze thanks to a blizzard which kind of came through our province. Last week we had a blizzard caused our temperatures to drop afterwards. Got up to about minus 45 for wind chill. I think one of our nights we were on minus 47. We had an extreme cold warning for about 3 days straight, 3 nights straight. It was cold enough that our freezer in the back room, the front door of it actually iced over because our back room is ventilated, and our furnace would come on whenever we opened our door. So that says something. What happened to us is that before the cold snap resulted, we had a mighty blizzard whiteout conditions along some of the highways. There were some pileups, as Mark was mentioning. It was the equivalent of seeing a bumper car ride gone wrong. they ended up putting an emergency alert out for the first time ever within about, I guess, 30 or 40 minutes of them getting notifications. People are piling up on the highways. All the highways were closed, including Highway 101. I've never seen that many highways closed in one day within about 3 hours in Manitoba before. And as you saw, Justin, after I guess we had that blizzard, he posted a photo of him with those frozen pair of pants in his backyard. I was out in it for a few days, and it was very hard to breathe in. I'd come home and it'd be like I'd warm up and put over a nice pair of overalls. It's interesting. I found some people braving the weather, braving the cold outside. There was a guy, Winnipeg Wilden posted a photo of a Batman guy wearing boots. And a couple of other people said that it was so cold they snapped off their handle on their car in the minus 28, minus 40 wind chill. It was definitely a sight to see, and I think we're getting another Clipper system today, tonight, to tomorrow. Some humor. Surprised to see people doing some ridiculous things in the cold. I saw a video of someone on their tricycle, just a unicycle. I mean, one of those unicycles, kind of pedaling in the snow. So, but yeah, that's weather in Manitoba for you, and a warm up's coming our way this week. -3 for tomorrow, and then high of 0 and +1 on Monday, and then it's minus single digits for the rest of the week. So it's looking good here. Hopefully it stays this way.
Excellent report. Okay, I got 4 Frankie videos right now lined up, Frankie.
I gotta double check it. I gotta double check the videos. And how many videos? I sent you lots of videos this week on my YouTube channel.
I'm
Plus,
including the Louisiana and the Texas one together because it was the same storm. So I got your 4 after that, which would be we got coming major snowstorm to hit Louisiana, Massachusetts, the UK, and then Los Angeles. Those 4 videos I got lined up right now, Frankie. You ready to go?
I wanted to ask something, Joey. The Los Angeles rainfall, could that be disastrous?
It could be a case for mudslides and things like that. Last I looked yesterday, we were talking about 15 mils or something like that for the area of the fire that's been happening right now. Could that number go up? Yeah, I could really see how it could go up, how modeling might change its mind and give it a wetter situation than I saw yesterday. And maybe it already is. Frankie might be aware of that. But, the basic thing is I don't think this is a trend in the long term. This is going to be like an aberration. It's going to, a low is going to happen. It's going to bring some snow to the mountains there, some rainfall. Some winds might be dangerous still that come with it. But I think it's not a change in the weather pattern. It's a moment of down fire weather that hopefully they can put to use and get ahead on everything that's left to button up by that time or whatever, right?
Good.
This is Frankie McDowell, my own TV station live in Sydney, Nova Scotia. Major winter storm is headed towards Louisiana on Tuesday, January 21st, 2025. It's going to bring a lot of snow in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. It's around 6 to 12 inches of snow or more. It's going to bring a lot of snow, mixed precipitation, ice pellets, and freezing rain and sleet in New Orleans and the surrounding areas. That could cause drive conditions to be extremely dangerous, especially on interstate highways in New Orleans, Louisiana, even the same location where Hurricane Katrina hit New Orleans on August 29, 2005. It's going to bring a lot of freezing rain and snow and sleet in New Orleans and surrounding areas as well. It's going to bring a whole lot of snow in Baton Rouge and surrounding areas as well. Streets, roads, highways, and interstate highways will be snow covered. Will be really dangerous driving conditions, especially on interstate highways and all the other highways. It's going to be so dangerous that could cause really dangerous driving conditions that could cause blowing snow, drifting snow in Baton Rouge and the surrounding areas as well. It's going to bring a whole lot of snow in the state of Louisiana, including Baton Rouge, Louisiana, and the surrounding areas as well. People in Louisiana, be prepared. Have your winter boots ready, your jackets ready, hats and gloves, scarf and ski pants ready. Order your pizzas and order your Chinese food. Buy a case of Pepsi, buy a case of Coke. During grocery shopping, don't wait till last minute. Do it
right now.
Right now.
Yes.
Make sure your smartphones, cell phones, laptops, tablets are charged. Ever train G, 4G, 5G, and LT and rat race go. When you drive a car, take your time, drive a car, slow down. So don't get into car accidents. We go for a walk. Be very good walking to adults will fall. Make sure your furnaces and heat pumps ready. Turn on your furnace heat pumps, keep those warm. Drink lots of green tea, white tea, red tea. Drink lots of green tea, keep you warm. Have for extra, put blankets ready, keep you warm as well. Make sure your shovel, snow scoop, snow blowers, snow plows, salt trucks ready as well. Have your salt ready and put the salt on the road as well. If you have anybody live in New Orleans, Louisiana, and Baton Rouge, Louisiana, and West Louisiana, be prepared for a major winter storm on Tuesday, January 21st, 2025. Take care, stay safe. Don't get caught in a major winter storm. Stay warm and be safe.
Frankie nailed that forecast, friends.
This is Frankie McDonald, my own TV station live in Sydney, Nova Scotia. Major snowstorm is headed towards Massachusetts on Sunday, January 19, 2025. It's going to bring around 6 to 12 inches of snow, especially in Boston, Massachusetts, and Framingham, Massachusetts, and Springfield, Massachusetts. It's going to bring a lot of snow. It's going to bring pretty strong winds. It's going to cause blow and drift of snow, reduced visibilities, dangerous or treacherous traffic conditions in the state of Massachusetts, including Boston, Massachusetts, and Springfield, Massachusetts, surrounding areas, including Cape Cod, Massachusetts, and Provincetown, Massachusetts. It's going to bring a lot of snow. It's going to cause big waves crash on beaches, shores, and streets, roads, highways, and interstate highways will be snow covered in the state of Massachusetts, especially in Boston, Massachusetts, and surrounding areas as well, in Springfield, Massachusetts, and Framingham, Massachusetts, and surrounding areas, including Rhode Island and Providence, Rhode Island, and Hartford, Connecticut, and the surrounding areas as well. It's going to bring a lot of snow. Winds are going to be pretty strong. It's going to cause blow and drift of snow. It's going to bring really dangerous driving conditions as well. That could cause really dangerous driving conditions as well. People in Massachusetts, be prepared. Have your winter boots ready, winter jackets ready, hats, gloves, scarves, ski pants is ready. Order your pizzas and order your Chinese food, buy case of Pepsi, buy case of Coke. Do your grocery shopping, don't wait till the last minute. Do it right now. Make sure if your smartphone, cell phones, laptops, tablets, shirts, every 3G, 4G, 5G, and LTE internet race well. When you drive a car, take your time, drive a car, slow down, so don't get in car accidents. When you go for a walk, be very careful walking, see adults to fall. Make sure you have your furnaces and heat pumps ready. Turn on your furnace heat pumps, keep those warm. Drink lots of green tea, white tea, red tea. Drink lots of green tea, keep you warm. Have for extra blankets ready, keep you warm as well. Make sure if your shovels, snow scoop, snow blowers, snow plows, and salt trucks ready as well. If you have anybody living in Massachusetts, be prepared for a major snowstorm on Sunday, January 19, 2025. Take care, stay safe. Don't get caught in a major snowstorm. Stay warm and be safe.
Did you get that one right too? I think so.
This is Frankie McDonald, my own team stage live in Sydney, Nova Scotia. Powerful storm is headed towards the United Kingdom and Ireland on Friday, January 24th, 2025. Winds are going to be really powerful. That's going to bring down power lines, snap for 3 branches half, and bring down power lines and snap telephone poles a half. That's going to cause a whole lot of power outages, especially in Belfast, Ireland, Dublin, Ireland, and surrounding areas. I urge everyone to have your extra batteries, generators, battery operated lanterns, and bottled water ready as well. Make sure you have your everything ready, emergency kits, medical kits ready, because winds are going to be so powerful in the United Kingdom, Wales, England, Scotland, Ireland, Isle of Man, and Northern Ireland as well. People in the United Kingdom, be prepared. Make sure you have your medical kits and the generators and everything ready as well. And Generacs ready to just lose power. And winds are going to be mighty powerful in the United Kingdom, Belfast, Ireland, Dublin, Ireland, and the surrounding areas as well. Winds are going to be mighty powerful in the United Kingdom as well. It's going to bring wind, drift, rain, sideways rain. There'll be big waves crash on beaches, shores in the United Kingdom and Ireland and Northern Ireland and Isle of Man and surrounding areas as well. If everybody living in the United Kingdom, be prepared for a powerful storm on Friday, January 24, 2025. Take care, stay safe. Don't get caught in a powerful storm. Stay dry and warm and be safe.
Yeah, excellent video, Frankie.
This is Frankie McDonald, my own TV station live in Sydney, Nova Scotia. Heavy rains headed towards Los Angeles, California on Sunday, January 26, 2025. It's going to bring a lot of rain in Los Angeles, California, Long Beach, California, and the surrounding areas, including so much rain is going to hit Los Angeles. Streets, roads, highways, and interstate highways will be wet. There will be a lot of puddles on the streets in Los Angeles. It's going to bring a whole lot of rain, including in coastal areas of Los Angeles. It's going to bring a lot of rain in Los Angeles and surrounding areas as well on Sunday, January 26, 2025 is going to bring so much rain and downpours in Los Angeles and its surrounding areas, including Long Beach, California, Anaheim, Orange County, Riverside, California. It's going to bring a lot of rain in Los Angeles and its surrounding areas as well, including northwest of Los Angeles as well. It's going to bring a lot of rain. And people in Los Angeles, be prepared. Make sure if your rubber boots, raincoats, and rain suits ready, don't walk through the puddles. Avoid the puddles when you go for a walk, when you go for driving the car. When you're driving the car, don't drive the car to the puddles either. Because this Sunday will not be a good day to head to the beach to go swimming in Los Angeles and Long Beach, California, surrounding areas as well. It's going to bring a whole lot of rain in Los Angeles and surrounding areas as well. If anybody lives in Los Angeles, California, be prepared for a heavy rain on Sunday, January 26, 2025. Take care, stay safe, but don't get caught in heavy rain. Stay dry and be safe.
Those are some excellent videos, Frankie, and you definitely got your predictions right. And I got another one still from you yet today that we're going to put up about everywhere people can see the Comedeorological Report. What do you guys think? What a great show so far tonight. It's we're already
I was
almost a
doing
month.
an advertisement for Comedeorological Weather Report. I recorded a video myself last night.
Yeah, it's really great. Do you guys want to see it?
Yes.
I want to see it. I think it's really great. It takes me a minute
That's
to
a
find things
promo
here.
video.
Here it is right here. I got it, Frankie. Boom. I was quick this time.
Hey everybody, my name is Frankie McDonald. You're listening to Comedeorological Weather Report every Thursday nights at 7 p.m. Pacific, 11 p.m. Atlantic. And Joey Only's a really nice guy. He used to work for Vancouver Giants Western Hockey League team. He's a big fan of Prince George Cougars Western Hockey League team. And
Big
Joey
fan of
Only's a really
Frankie.
nice guy. And with Image and Cookie Bailey, Brandon Helk, Joe Stover, and the others on Joey Only Show every Thursday nights. And I do the weather reports and things like this. And Brandon Helk does the weather reports on Joey Only Show. And I do the weather reports all over the world, especially in interior British Columbia, Vancouver, and the surrounding areas. It's on CFUR 88.7 FM in Prince Georgia, CKUW 95.9 FM in Winnipeg, and CFPX 92.5 FM in Kamloops is on Rogers Cable Access TV in Vancouver Island, and Rogers Cable Access TV in Northern British Columbia, including Prince George and its surrounding areas now. And Joey Only's a really nice guy. He used to work for Vancouver Giants Western Hockey League team. And Joey Only's a really nice guy. I'm on his podcast every Thursday nights at 7 p.m. Pacific, 11 p.m. Atlantic. It's on YouTube, Caribou Weather Dude. Joey Only, Caribou Weather Dude. Best luck to you. I'm Frank Dow. You listen to Comedeorological Weather Report every Thursday nights at 7 p.m. Pacific, 11 p.m. Atlantic. See you then.
I love it, Frankie. I love it. I'll be putting that in a bunch of my videos this week, my forecast videos and things like that, just because why not, put it on my Facebook and whatnot. And I put another one where you did a tornado siren. I can't show it because a guy had something in his hand I'm not allowed to show on Rogers. But I put that one on my Facebook, and you're doing the tornado siren, and the guy's just not getting the drift. He's just like, hey, you're the guy from the videos. And you're like, come on, do the tornado siren. It's pretty funny, I thought. Hey, Mike, what do you got for us, man?
Yeah, I was wondering, does Frankie have any videos of him running around being chased by gorillas or a different animal?
That was last week, but we're hoping soon the guy comes back, Frankie. You got any plans for the guy?
I'm working on it.
Working on plans for the guy. You got things that you think the guy could be chased by, drop it in Frankie's ear. Maybe he'll consider it, but he's pretty original. He's pretty original. He likes to do his own thing. So.
And did you hear about this? Over in Russia, a lot of places, they closed the borders to Canada.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, you can't just walk into Russia now. Frankie, what
We're
about
chased by a
beavers?
bunch of kangaroos.
What about beavers, Frankie? What if the guy gets chased by beavers?
That means it'll be, and then I'm working on it. I've got a long range idea.
Long range idea. He's probably got some other ones in there first. Beavers is a real Canadian thing, especially in this time where we need to be, patriotic and stuff. Think of the beavers. Think of the beavers. Brandon, when was the last time you were chased by a beaver?
Chased by a beaver? Never. Never have been chased by a beaver. Just looking at more jokes,
I've chased a beaver before, but I mean, literally, I helped him bring his wood to his dam, and he would every 10, 20 feet.
That means, and did you hear about this? I did the tornado siren at the Steel City on Wednesday night, and you're not allowed to show it on cable access TV. We do the copyrighted music.
Well, there's not that. It's because the guy's got a drink in his hand that we don't want to show on TV.
Plus the copyrighted music, that's another thing.
plus the copyrighted music. But it's pretty funny. You can find it on my Facebook there and on my Blue Sky. I put it up there. And Frankie's doing the tornado siren, and the guy he's with just isn't getting it. He's just not getting that Frankie wants him to do the tornado siren with him. And it's really classic, actually. And he's like, "Oh, you're the guy from the videos, from the football clips, you know?" And Frankie's like, "Do the siren, man." Do the siren. What do you got, Brandon? You've been looking at funny things. I know you have.
Oh, yes. Right. Here we go. Did you hear about the fragile myth? It was busted. That's good.
No, I didn't hear that one. Didn't hear that
You didn't
one.
hear that one?
On the Rogers TV, copyrighted music is not allowed.
That's true. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, order yours now before the gorillas come. Justin saying there, Weather Center Manitoba in the chat. He says, "What's up, everyone? Thanks for the great video, Justin. We really liked your frozen pants and shirt there, and I really liked how you just said, do not try to dry your clothes out today. It's -30." And so, yeah, it's a good point. You don't want to do that. Arnold's asking, dinner was great. Thank you very, very much. Other people in the chat are saying, Lightning Rod saying, there's an enormous chunk of ice that just broke off from the front of the Doomsday area of the glacier there. He's talking about Antarctica, I believe. And Peter Henry says he once thought he was being chased by a beaver, but it was a guy with a nickel in his pocket. I'm glad you enjoyed it, said the Weather Center Manitoba. Really, really good stuff there. So that's just a little taste. What do you guys got? We got 8 minutes left in the show still. Mike?
Yeah, I think Justin posted a photo of him eating a bowl of noodles, and as he was eating it, his noodles froze. When you eat noodles on the cold, they freeze instantly. So I think he posted a photo of that somewhere too.
It was more like a video. There it is right there. It's frozen noodles. That's Justin's lunch. He just sat down for a second. He's like, "Oh, I will just put my bowl down here, tie my shoe while I'm having my lunch." And that's what happened there. It just froze solid. If people in the radio world could see this, it's a spaghetti. He pulled the spaghetti noodles up with the fork, and then he let go of the fork, and the fork just stayed there, and the noodles are frozen into place. That's how cold it was in Brandon, Manitoba last weekend, which is, precisely why a lot of people try to move away from the prairies as soon as they get to 18 years old.
Another thing too is that even in the prairies, winter tires don't actually work. We had really bad icy road conditions because of the freeze up we had after the melts. And we saw a guy crash into a bus stop with winter tires on.
Wow.
You don't see that often.
Well, winter tires do nothing on ice, right? And what I was saying to guys in the group chat here, because I live up in the mountain road here. I mean, there's hardly ever a time I drive to town where I'm like, "Oh wow, the roads are actually nice." At least there is times I say that, but when I say that, most people would be saying, "Holy cow, these roads are terrible." But to me, that's nice because I'm used to living in the mountains, and it's like any amount of snow on the highway I can kind of deal with. They can be piled up a foot deep, and I've had that where I'm literally driving on the Barkerville Highway and more than a half feet, 20 centimeters of snow on the road, and just in 4-wheel drive, I'll get home. But I can't, if I was in Winnipeg and I seen the snow blowing like that across the prairie, and your phone's going, "Stay home, idiots," and I'd be like, "Well, okay, I think I'll just stay home," because I'll tell you the truth, I didn't enjoy driving in Winnipeg in the summer when I was there, let alone during a blizzard.
When my son and I went to go downhill skiing, not last weekend, but the weekend before that, there had been an ice storm, freezing rain the day before. It wasn't a full-blown ice storm, but there had been freezing rain for a couple of hours. And the only vehicle that was down in the bottom of the ditch was a pickup truck that was jacked up pickup truck, high clearance, 4-wheel drive pickup. And
like mine.
That's the one truck that was stuck in the ditch. Yep. He was overconfident.
There's a lot of that. And, it's never been me, but I drive overconfidently. But that's the thing. Winter tire is meant to slick off wet stuff, to shed it. It's not really meant for driving on ice. Nothing is. Nothing's meant for driving on ice. Like maybe a tank is, or a Zamboni, and there's a reason the Zamboni doesn't go 100 kilometers an hour. If it did, it would lose control.
The roads are so dry here with there like all the plows. I think I saw a photo of a plow on the highway. It was actually sparking because he was driving on pavement and he was like trying to clear snow and there's no snow to clear. So they're just sending out city crews to clear the roads when there's no snow to clear the roads. And the guy was sparking as it was driving down the road. It was kind of funny to see.
I have seen that frequently. Been behind plows at night, and they're just grinding, trying to get anything close to the road.
If you want to follow me on social media, my blue sky is at Frankie MacD. My ex-formerly Twitter is at Frankie MacD. My link tree is Frankie MacDonald. My threads is at Frankie MacD984. My Facebook is Frankie MacDonald. My Instagram is Frankie MacD984. My TikTok is FrankDon984. My Clapper is FrankDon984. My Twitch is FrankDon984. My Snapchat is Frankie MEC doing. My YouTube channel is Doc Tools and my LinkedIn is Frankie MacDonald. Best luck to you. I'm Frankie Don. You're listening to Comedeorological weather report every Thursday nights at 7 p.m. Pacific, 11 p.m. Atlantic.
That is the man, Frankie MacDonald, and he's the greatest. He's the GOAT. He's the greatest of all time.
No Western social media is allowed in China.
No. Pretty soon, maybe American social media won't be allowed in Canada. I have no idea what the future is going to bring. Things are getting weird out there. I can predict the weather, but I can't predict humanity all that well. Actually, I've been predicting it surprisingly well for a long time. But the thing is, you can bank on the weather having some kind of scientific predictability, whereas humanity can sort of just go roof once in a while when it wants to. And the fact it has before, we know it can again. That's the danger of humanity. That's right. I've got about 2 minutes left to go here, so I'll take that time to say that's me, Joey Only. You can find the podcast on all the streaming platforms. Mark would want me to tell you this because he does this every week. He puts us up on Apple and Spotify, and I don't know the name of podcast sites, to be honest. I don't know what sites I'm on. But I know we're out there, and I know that you probably know what podcast sites are that people go to. So if you listen to podcasts, find us on there, Comedeorological Report. I'm sure you can do that. Anyways, thank you, Mark, for putting us on every week. We appreciate that aspect of your contribution to the show, just like I appreciate Frankie MacDonald's contribution of being our star, just like I appreciate Brandon Houck's contribution of being the co-host whenever I'm not ready to go or have nothing on the go. Brandon has always been ready to take over. He's the guy. What else, Frank?
Over in Iran, no Western culture is allowed, period.
No Western culture is allowed, period, in Iran. That's, we've been canceled. We're no longer on cable access TV in Iran, Frankie. I'm quite sad about it. And we're hoping Mark Ingalls gets on that pretty soon. We also had Hank Vlistra in Saskatchewan, Mike McGregor
that means all those Western TV has been suspended in Russia.
Yep, you cannot find the Comedeorological Report in Russia anymore either. Mike McGregor from Weather Center, Manitoba. You will not be able to find yourself in Russia. Thanks to Justin from the Weather Center also for his nice video this week. Hilding Donaldson, good luck with your smashed up loaner car there. I'm glad it was only a tail light because seriously, that could I've had that where I've been in a vehicle where I parked. It was like a sideways parking lot at Barkerville Gold Mines back in the day, and I parked where I was supposed to, and then as I got out and I walked about 10 feet away, then I watched the truck go and just start sliding. I was like, oh my God. And it was like sliding right towards, I think it was like the mine manager, the CEO was in town or something, or he had some investor, some billionaire investor or something where I was like, not that truck of all. And it just came to like a timp, and just kind of stopped, which would have been enough. If it was a Ford Pinto, it would have exploded the thing. But no, it was luckily just another Ford truck and didn't even make a scratch. And that was great. We also had Karen Richards check in, and we had our producer, Imogen Cookie Bailey. It was a full show tonight. Thanks, everybody. We'll see you next week. That's the show, Frankie.
That's the show.
That's the show, Hilding. That's the show, Hank, Mike, Brandon.
That's it. That's the show.
Yeah.
That's true.
What's up? Say hi, Joey Only.
Hi. Hi, Joey.
Hi, Joey. Say hi, Joey Only.
Hi, Joey Only.
Say hi, Joey Only.
Hi, Joey Only.
Say hi, Joey Only.
Hi, Joey Only. Hi, Joey Only.
I'm Frankie MacDonald. You're listening to Community Meteorological Weather Report on every Thursday nights at 7 p.m. Pacific Time, 11 p.m. Atlantic Time. Caribou Weather Dude.
Hi.
Say hi, Joey Only.
Hi, what?
Joey only.
Hi, Joey only.
Hi, Joey only. Joey only.
Hi, Joey only.